when getting crushed might actually mean winning. I'm Essie Cupp. Welcome to Unfiltered. The 2024 presidential election is more than 2 years away, but in reality, it's just around the corner. Joe Biden, according to reporting, has told his former boss, Barack Obama, that he plans to run again, which I'll admit is surprising given how low his poll numbers are. Former President Donald Trump has been hinting at a run and fundraising, but that could just be ego and greed talking. Few Republicans have said that they plan to run in 2024, too scared, seemingly, to step on Trump's toes. But at least one would relish the opportunity. GOP Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who's become a thorn in the side of Trump and the rest of his Republican Party. He said recently that he would love to run against Trump in 2024. He said, even if he crushed me, like in a primary, to be able to stand up and call out the garbage is just a necessary thing, regardless of who it is. I think it'd be fun. Well, look, chances are he would get crushed. Now, I say that as someone who knows Congressman Kinzinger. I've interviewed him for myriad outlets, from CNN to Rolling Stone. I've worked with him to bring awareness to the Syrian war. And as a never-Trump conservative, I appreciate his efforts to call out the hypocrisy and dangerous authoritarianism of the new right wing. But let's face it, there aren't enough of me to get Kinzinger elected, at least not in the next election if Trump is running. But that doesn't necessarily mean his efforts would be in vain. So I pose the following questions. Could Kinzinger be a spoiler in a Republican primary? I think the answer is yes. He'd certainly pose no threat if he ran against Trump alone. But let's add Florida Governor Ron DeSantis into the mix. Now, in most national polls, Trump dominates DeSantis in hypothetical matchups, but DeSantis is gaining in popularity, and other polls show voters may want an alternative to Trump. Even Trump's former acting chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, says DeSantis could pose a real challenge to Trump. So in a world in which DeSantis runs against Trump and maybe not that far behind, a candidate like Kinzinger could pull Trump's numbers down just enough to give DeSantis an edge. That's a win for Kinzinger. Next question. Could Kinzinger set an alternative agenda for moderate Republicans and independents voting in 2024? Absolutely. Anyone else who runs in the Republican Party in 2024 is likely going to sound a lot like Trump, making Kinzinger's voice an important differentiator. In a contest between Biden and Trump, his unique perspective, a young, center-right, pro-democracy, anti-autocracy, moderate voice of reason, could very well appeal to the middle, which is vastly underrepresented by our current two-party system. That alternative agenda, especially if popular, could pull voters and the candidates to the middle. That's also a win for Kinzinger. Final question, could he lay the groundwork for a future post-Trump party? Without a doubt. Who knows when and if the right will ever ditch this pro-Putin, insane, anti-democratic, book-banning, culture-warring Trump fever dream, but when it does, someone like Kinzinger will need to be there with a foundation in place to right the ship. He can do that with the 2024 campaign. These are all wins for Kinzinger and, more importantly, for sanity, civility, and restoring democracy. So can he beat Trump? Probably not. But getting crushed by him might actually be a win. And I'm all for it. That's all for me. See you next time.